It's Monday evening, everybody, and we are the Bro Plata podcast live on everybody's favorite streaming sites, YouTube, Facebook, and Tim's especially favorite Twitch, Talking UFC.
Are you trying to tank the podcast just out of the bat? Right. You know what? We want no one to listen to this, so I'm going to do the most annoying voices possible. Why can't you just talk like a normal person? Not the first 3 seconds of this podcast. We're going to try to get anyone who decided to give us a shot to immediately regret the decision. But being like, what is this guy doing? He's talking like a crazy shock jock. Raymond, I love you, man. But
I was going more morning zoo than shock jock. I was going more cheesy.
Well, that's even worse. Jock. Yeah. Jeez.
I wanted to be Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam. Good morning, MMA Twitter. We are Bro Plata. And before we get started with the podcast, Tim and I have made a lovely little deal for with the MMA Holes. We are now a part of their network. You can watch our YouTube stream live as it happens on MMAholes.com. And if you want to go to them and see our streams right there, you will be able to every time we do this podcast. And I'm very excited. They came to us with this deal. It's not like a financial deal or anything. It's more just for publicity purposes.
We're pretty happy about it, though.
Hell yeah, man. We're at 72, and we finally got somebody taking notice. I'm very happy about that. It took a year of hard work and sort of mild depression for this shit to go down. And
this show runs on depression.
It does.
And not mild depression, like hardcore depression.
Like not even.
Oh, shoot, I didn't take my antidepressants today. Damn.
That kind of explains a lot.
Well, actually, no, because if I miss for a day, it's not a big deal. I'll take them afterwards. It's not like if you take an Adderall or something that if you don't take it a day, you'll notice. It's not like that. I don't take that anymore either. But I don't know what we were saying. Oh, no. Well, yeah, I'm excited about this. It's themmaholes.com. You have to put the "the" there. You're not going to get it. And then, there's a bunch of channels on there, and it will tell you when we're live. And right now, what we're trying to do, Mondays, Fridays, or something like that. I don't know. I think we'll probably fix our schedule at some point or figure it out for sure now that we're with them. But for the most part, I think, everything's going to be the same. We're going to do probably the 2 live streams, and then interviews we'll probably do on Zoom and put them up on the YouTube channel later.
Yes.
Maybe that will change. Maybe we'll do some live too. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But I'm excited, Ray. You know what? I checked out the MMA Holes. They have a good following. They have a fun show. So check out them too. If you're not checking us out. Same team. So yeah, we're really excited to be part of that. Ray just sent over paperwork via the internet. Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah. I learned that.
Internet's crazy. You can do anything, Ray.
I learned that you could actually sign documents on your phone. Like I didn't even know that recently until I did the Gag on This podcast. When those guys had me on, they sent me like a release form for their show. And I was like, do you want me to print this out? Like, what do you want me to do? Like you did with me. And immediately the guy that hosts the show, Nick, who's a great guy, go check out the Gag on This podcast. Those guys actually, I believe, got us some views as well, which is awesome because we've also had an uptick in subscribers from what we started out with. It's not amazing, but it's definitely, we've seen an uptick in subscribers as well. But he was like, you can do it on your phone and then just share it over to me. I'm like, I can do this shit.
What technology? Yeah, like Ray and I are in our we'll call it early 30s, and we both are terrible. We for someone our age, we should be much better at technology than we are. Like I pretty much think I had the technical literacy of someone twice my age, probably.
Yeah,
it's not great. Like
in
I was
honestly
thinking,
I'm 70.
I was honestly thinking, like, okay, I'm gonna have to go to the library to print this out. Then I'm gonna have to buy stamps, right? Hopefully, I have an envelope somewhere. Yeah.
I'd fax
No, I
it.
wouldn't fax it. I need to get some stamps. I need an address, right? Then the man and the pony will drive it across country. I also don't know that. I also don't know where the MMA holes are out of. Are they West Coast? I think I'm not sure.
If they're West Coast, that's cool. I like it. I'm happy.
If
I'm
they're
happy to be with the
anywhere,
West
it's
Coast
cool.
peeps.
We're just here hanging out in Ohio, being, Midwest toads like we are.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we're excited for that. And you'll probably hear us talk more about it and whatnot. We'll shout them out all the time because that's part of the agreement. And it's it's very reasonable. It's very reasonable. So we already love them for having us on. So it's going to be fun.
Maybe we can also, if you guys are listening, we'd love to do a show with you guys. Have you on our show and talk about the show. I'm going to start listening to the podcast because I got to be familiar with the people that we are with now. So that'll be a fun thing. The last podcast I was on, I definitely didn't listen to the podcast and wasn't familiar, but like they walked me through. But it would be kind of cool to have those guys on just to talk and see what they do and see what their points of view are on certain things as well. But I'm excited, dude. Like, this is the first time anybody's ever taken notice of something I've done. So this is kind of
yeah. I mean, I kind of feel that way too sometimes, right? I'm like, hey, we just keep doing shit. I'm like, does anyone give a shit about this? Is everyone like, I've seen people laugh at my jokes. Like, I've seen that happen, right? That happens. It happens for you too, and that's nice to see that. But we knew some people were paying attention, but it was nice that they obviously they were on a journey to find other MMA podcasts, and they stumbled upon us, and they did talk to us on it when we had one of our shows. They were commenting, so they did watch some of it. So yeah. Like they decided that you know what though, a place called a site called MMA Holes kind of fits right up our alley. That's kind of what we are. We're just a couple fantastic losers that like to talk about fights and everything else and nonsense.
We are now the creepy uncles that live in the basement that only come up for dinner and to make whiskey drinks. Like, that's the only things we do. Man,
that is that's pretty close to what's happening. And bathroom, for me, the bathroom's up there. Yeah. I mean, and the television. I mean, I don't have a TV down here, or else I probably would stay down here all the time. But that's
Did you ever stay in the basement of your house?
Oh, this one? No.
Okay.
I live in Canton. I live in the basement.
Okay. I lived from the time I started going to 8th grade until I graduated high school. I was the basement dweller of my family because we had a ranch with like 2 bedrooms and then a basement. And my dad converted the entire basement into like this little man cave for all of us. But I had a bed by the stairs, like I was Harry Potter or something. And had a nice little sports collection and shit like that. But living in the basement was fun because you just were like, I'm cool all the time. And it feels good to be just like this cold. I like it. It's that I like basements. For some reason, basements are fun. I would live in a basement apartment.
Sure. Okay. I mean, the thing is, the basement I lived in was in an apartment in Canton when I was living with my mother there. And my brother and his lady came to live with us. And then she got pregnant. And so they were in the basement, but then they kind of guilted me into switching and giving them my bedroom and me going to the basement because they're having a child, which actually wasn't too hard of a sell because they're having a child. But anyway, but this is not a finished basement, right? So it was like a gross basement that I was down in. Like when I'd have girls over, I'd take them down to the dungeon. They're like, "Oh, you gonna lock me down in here?" I'm like, "Yeah, kinda, kinda." It's definitely it's a dungeon for sure. I liked it. I got used to it. Actually, they moved out and I never moved back upstairs. I'm like, I don't feel like carrying my shit upstairs. It's fine. I'm good where I am.
Yeah, I like basement dwelling, dude. There's something nice about it. There's a privacy, like because the way the basement was situated, like me facing the computer, on my left would be where my room was, and there's like a wall, and my dad like made a door or like wall with sheets and shit, like fabric and everything. And I just had a little cubby hole, and then I had like a deck chair, like a plastic deck chair that I converted into a bed with a bunch of like old nasty pillows. So like that was once I got like if I was listening to like Opie and Anthony on a school day or a school night, that would be where I would be, is on that shitty fucking deck chair, just laying down, falling asleep to like reruns of Ron and Fez and Opie and Anthony. And my video game system was there. All my PS2 was there. My PS1 I had there too. And one of those circle couches, those like circle chairs.
Okay.
Those like big padded circle chairs that you see, the like wicker and shit. I had one of those.
Those ones that are like the shaped weird.
Yeah.
There's that round stand, and you put that. Yeah, and you can't quite sit in it. That thing sucks. I hate those things.
I used to just like nestle into it and like put my feet on the like edge of it to keep like steady. Although there were times where I like when I was high, I would get up in the wrong way and just end up ass over fucking tea kettle, just feet in the air,
fall over sideways and start rolling across the room like you're in a tire. Yeah,
playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in a race, and all of a sudden my head hits the trash can.
You're tumbling. I don't think it would surprise anyone that you and I are very comfortable living underground. Like two of the guys who just would thrive living under the earth. So, yeah, maybe someday we'll be able to get ourselves a nice basement studio.
What was that Tom Cruise movie where he like
Cocktail. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Days of Thunder. I'm just going to keep naming them until you get them right.
Days of Thunder, amazing movie, by the way.
Vanilla Sky.
No, it's the one where he like Jack goes Reacher. To Earth and like Jack Morgan Freeman is like running an underground like society or whatever. Either it was Morgan Freeman or it was who's the guy with the weird eye?
Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker or something like that. But he like meets these like underground dwellers.
That's how you describe him. Not who's that amazing actor who was in The Butler? No, who's the guy with the eye? Who's the guy with the eye?
He will always be Jefferson from Fast Times Ridgemont High for me. Like he will always be the smashed by Jefferson, killed by Jefferson. Hey, Jefferson, nice car. Where did you get it new? Or maybe I can help you.
For me, he'll always be it's just a piece of meat man from The Crying Game. That like first scene when the guy his hands are tied and he's trying to get a guy to help him take a piss. That's how I remember Forrest Whitaker as it's just a piece of meat guy.
I liked him in Last King of Scotland when he played Idi Amin.
Yeah. No, he's a great actor. He's a great actor. He's a fantastic actor. He's in something. Yeah, you're excited. Yeah. He was in what was he in? Rogue One. He was in that too.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of shit. You could go on forever. The Vantage Point. Remember Vantage Point? It was an interesting movie.
There was like a good 2-year period at the Cleveland Improv where like the comics would make the Forrest Whitaker eye joke every single weekend. And you're just that was done last week. That was done last week. Why are you doing this again? And then I did a Forrest Whitaker joke once and I kind of felt bad because I'm like, I like him so much. He's such a good actor. Especially again, like I said, fucking when he played Jefferson in Fast Times Ridgemont High, and he looks at Damone and is like, "Don't fuck with it." When he was talking with his car about his car, I love that fucking scene. It's so cool.
I believe you. I'm looking at the website right now, and I'll tell people we're live. I don't know how it works, so
no,
I'm sure by next episode it'll be good to go. So,
oh yeah, we'll be good to go on that. I'm trying to.
I mean, we just talked to them. Like we did for an hour before we started the podcast. We got this done. Or Ray just sent the paperwork in like 2 minutes before we started. So
yeah. So it's kind of official for people just joining us because we do have somebody joining us. We have officially signed with the MMA Holes. They are going to be putting us on their website, MMAholes.com.
The
MMAholes.com. Thank you, Tim. You're an amazing human being.
I know, right? We're the best.
And what I love about, and I'm going to show that in a second, but
your little hoodie, it's adorable.
It is. It's so
Ray loved this thing so much that while I was in the bathroom, he decided to FaceTime me and show me this thing. While he was driving. He was driving. I was in the bathroom. And he's like, no,
in my driveway.
No time. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was safe. Okay. I went to the liquor store by my house. You're not the only one with a liquor store within driving distance, sir.
Well, I think most people have liquor stores in driving distance. Like, I mean, it might be a little further than for some people.
But yeah, I got my stimulus check today. In the form of a debit card again, which that to me the government's basically telling me like we need to monitor how much money you spend. Like you are that terrible of a spender of cash. We saw the 3 shoes you bought, the Vans and the DC shoes, and went, no, this guy needs a debit card with a limit, and like that's where we're gonna go.
I think what there is there's just like a committee of like wise guys who work for the government who are like just looking, who give debit cards to people they know will buy it on dumb shit, and they just have like a live feed of the dumb shit people are buying with the $1,400. Look at this asshole. It's Converse and whiskey. That's it.
Pretty much. That's my buying habits. But I bought because to celebrate the fact that, and also I haven't quit my job yet, and I'm actually having a good time with it.
That's good. It's been a
Yeah,
whole week,
Friday was a
2
little
weeks.
touch and go, but that was a mental day.
That'll happen.
But for those of you, this is not a paid advertisement. I want to say this. I bought Proper 12, and they have mini hoodies, everybody. Fucking mini hoodies for bottles. And not only does this son of a bitch look really cool, but the detail. I want to see the little Taiwanese or Chinese hands that made this and shake them, because look at this, Tim. The actual like drawstrings work and shit.
Look at that. Hey, you know what? If you ever decide to bring one of your wrestling action figures to life, Indian into the cupboard style, you could have him wear that hoodie.
You put it on Conor McGregor and put him in the cabinet. He comes out going Proper 12 all day.
Yeah, man. I wish I had the Indian in the cupboard, man, because I would buy all those MMA action figures, and then I would treat them probably terribly, right? Then I'd just have them like fight to the death and stuff. Like, you want to eat today?
you like after a year of it, you make your own celebratory pat on the back video for yourself. Like, I made these.
Yes, I had this huge video about how everyone said it was crazy for me to have Indian in the cupboard action figures go to life and then have fights that I streamed online. Everyone thought it was crazy and irresponsible, but guess what? I did it and it worked because I am the man. And the rest of you are losers. That's why. Here's a shot of a beach.
Fuck Ariel Hole.
Here's a shot of a beach, and here's another shot of me counting money.
Oh. You find a way to make Sean O'Malley fight Anderson Silva in the cupboard, like
sure, why not?
Because honestly, dude, like this past weekend of fights
they're fun, buddy.
Wow, just wow.
Most of the I mean, it ended with me like being pretty sad.
Yeah,
for about 10 minutes, and then I was happy for Francis. That's kind of how that went. Because his story. I think we said it before. Like the only person I wouldn't want him to beat is Stipe, because we're Northeast Ohio people. We both met Stipe, right? You met Stipe. Yeah, he's a great dude, and we want him to win. And I mean, he's already the GOAT, man. Francis Ngannou, he's just a scary dude who just has this ability to just sleep people, kind of like Dante Wilder or whatever, but. And what Stipe did to him the first fight is what Fury did to Wilder, just exposed that he was overall the better fighter. But the thing is, the second one, he fixed what he needed to fix. He got some good takedown defense. He's being very, very patient. His game plan was great. And he was able in the second round to, put Stipe to sleep, which good for him, man. That the shit that guy's gone through to get here is amazing. I mean, this is going to be the climax of the movie, the Francis Ngannou story, right? And it's going to be probably the greatest MMA movie ever made. It will be probably if they do it right.
I mean,
they're going to have a story, and then they're going to have the climax of him winning this title. Maybe there'll be I would do it like back and forth, right? It's like him getting ready in the arena, right? And then also you start from the beginning, kind of like Slumdog Millionaire, right? You go back and forth.
Yeah.
Right? From the beginning, right? And it builds up, and then at the end, right, he beats Stipe for the title. And I got the perfect actor for that too, man. If they wanted to make that right now, I'm sure they could find someone else who would be good. But as an actor that I know, there's a perfect actor for this. Winston Duke. Winston Duke. He Spencer Confidential. Did you see that with Mark Wahlberg?
No, I did not.
He's in Black Panther. He plays the the leader of the other tribe.
Yeah, dude, he would be perfect.
I know, he's perfect. He's already done fight scenes and stuff. He was, and he played a guy in Black Panther, and he's jacked. He's big. I don't know if he's quite as big as Francis, but they can make, they can fix that. They can make him look bigger. Anyway,
they can
I think he would be perfect.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do that right now, Winston Duke would be the man, and I think he would nail it.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I would love to see Winston. That's actually something I thought about when I was watching Black Panther for the first time. Like, I want to say it was either during the pandemic or like right as it was first coming out. I think it was on Netflix and then it moved over to Disney Plus. But I think I watched the Netflix version and I looked at that dude and I was like, yeah, I see Francis Ngannou there. Like that dude could play Francis, like getting out of the sand pit. Fucking going across the what's it? Is it a channel or is it a sea that he went across to Spain and was sent over a couple times?
I can't remember.
I think it was. They just left him in the Sahara Desert and shit. Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Yeah, somebody get on that, man. I mean, I could try to write it, but it wouldn't be as good if someone better wrote it. So someone who knows what they're doing, write that thing. And, if they get that thing greenlit quick, they can do it with Winston Duke. And you know what? For that main fight scene, they don't even have to have a crowd. I mean, I know they would CGI in a crowd if they had a crowd, but because there's no crowd at the fight,
there should be. It should be historically accurate.
I know. I guess what I was saying is it would be a little more difficult if they had a crowd, so because you have to have some extras and whatnot. But for that scene, you don't really have to. The only extras you need is like MGK and Megan Fox.
Travis Parker and fucking Chloe Carter,
and Paul Anka.
The guys get shirts. Don't make a fucking maniac out of me. The guys get shirts. When they said Paul Anka was at that fucking fight, I went, because I actually listened to the Paul Anka rant on the toilet because a friend of mine from a Facebook group that I'm a part of talked about Paul Anka because he's a legitimate fan of Paul Anka's. And but he's a big fan. But as soon as I saw that, I immediately as soon as I heard Rogan go, and we got Paul Anka here, I'm like, I have to message James. Like it's awesome.
Yeah, it was like Paul Anka. I'm like, number one, I wasn't 100% sure he was still with us. Like I think he's like 79 or 80.
Hey man,
put your hand on my shoulder, Paul Anka. Still with us.
Oh man, I love that song from Goodfellas. That was such a good song to have in Goodfellas.
It's a great tune. Paul Anka can get it, and apparently he's still performing. And apparently he's a big fight fan, which is kind of great. So,
well, he seems like it. I mean, he used to hang around with fucking like the Rat Pack back in the 60s.
I guess a lot of crooners like boxing and fighting, don't they? It's the thing. Like I can croon, and I like seeing people get the shit kicked out of them. Okay, that's cool. I like that too, I guess.
I really like it when you punch them in the face.
But sure.
But
this bloke in the rear naked choke, something like that. All right, I'm done.
I'm not gonna lie. I was happy that there was somewhat of a crowd. Like when you looked over in like the VIP section and you saw bodies in a fucking building watching fighting again. It makes you happy. It makes you realize like shit's almost over, and I'm trying to get the vaccine so I can go to fights.
It kind of bums you out a little bit because I'm like, oh man, only cool people who know people get to go. Oh man, so I messaged you and I'm like, Ray, I'm sorry, we're not cool enough to be.
I know. I think though we're probably if we get big enough on this fucking shit, I guarantee you we'll be on Dana's banned list because we've made fun of him a few times.
That's true. Yeah, we won't be like we'll have to pay for everything we get. Yeah, we have to probably double for tickets. However, every time we say anything negative about it, we also kind of like remind people that's how great the things he's done for the sport are. Right? We know that, but also when you say something dumb, we're gonna point out that you said something dumb.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what a podcast is all about.
Or that, that's victory lap video.
Still the greatest thing ever.
It's
still
hilarious.
the greatest thing ever.
Because you're right. I mean, it's so on brand. Like it
is.
It's just great. It's not surprising to anyone.
It was the guy that I'm no longer friends with over the Habib hat. asked me if he smelled like money when I met him. Like when I met him in Buffalo, it was interesting. And I think next week, after Friday or Saturday, we're going to talk about it, but kind of tease it. I might force Tim into a retro watch along, for either UFC 203 or 210. I'm probably going to do 210 just because of the fact that I was way more drunk than I should have been at that show, almost belligerent. And
just so you know, right now I'm not excited for it. It doesn't sound very entertaining to me at all, but I'll do it because you want to do it. But just so you know, I'm going to be complaining the entire time.
That's perfectly fine. You already do during the podcast.
I know I do that, but expected. I don't know, man. I think just because we're going on the network, we could probably, what would be fun? Well, we'll think about it. But I mean, this wouldn't be a bad one to do the Yama pit fighting thing again.
Yeah, if we did a Yama review, that would be kind of a fun thing to do on StreamYard. That would be a great thing.
Because if we can figure out how to watch it, well, we can watch it on StreamYard, but sometimes we have issues with the video. But we'll figure it out.
I think we should start a Patreon for it. Like charge people like $1.99. See how many people
watch fights that happened 20 years ago.
Why not? And do live commentary.
Sure.
Live commentary for that, for Yama pit fighting, $1.99 on Patreon. I might actually set up a Patreon for that. I think that would be kind of fun. Like just shit talk Yama the entire time and have it running because it's behind a paywall.
Do whatever you want. Just when you put anything with your opinion on it, make sure you put your name on it.
Of course, I wouldn't. You know me. I stand behind my convictions and what I believe in, and
I know you do. But it's not just that. But just don't assume that we share the same opinions on maybe anything.
Oh no, I agree to disagree at all times unless you buy a fucking hat for $156 or $165 off of the UFC's fucking website. Yeah,
we're gonna get a Patreon starter, like a GoFundMe for me to get some new teeth. That'd be nice. I mean, they're hanging in there. I mean, they're hanging in there. It's a little gappy, but they're hanging in there right now. But for someday it's going to need to happen. Ooh,
yeah. I'm starting to lose some gummage on some of my teeth, and that's never good. But let's talk because we were kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent. But let's talk about the main event off the rip. Oh. Just because sex, we can talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex. Yeah. No, not really. I don't want to talk. No, not with you. That'd be awful. You know how sad that would be? Just talking about sex together. It's real strange. Like, well, the fourth time I cried during was That would the whole time.
Side note: I was at Eurogyro last night.
Oh, how was that? I honestly just forgot about it.
It was Eurogyro. I mean, it was just Eurogyro. It was a typical Sunday night at the Kent Eurogyro. For those of you that are watching, if you want to see some fun, free, shitty ass comedy, it's basically where the sausage is made. Everyone,
yeah, it's definitely where the sausage is. Like, the bottom barrel of sausage is made. It's basically where they start killing the animals at the at the Eurogyro.
We're putting that like bolt thing like in No Country for Old Men up to the cow as it's going into the grinder at Eurogyro.
We're putting the air in the tank or whatever that thing is. Yeah, we're sharpening the arrowheads. I don't know, whatever you want to say. It's just whatever the first step is. Getting out of bed in the morning. It's pretty much whatever. Yeah. It's that's the bottom barrel. But if you want to see a bunch of comics work on new stuff in front of drunk people and more comics, however, I've had some of the most fun I've ever had doing comedy at that place too. Sometimes it's super fun. Like we have friends, Sean Lynch, who's been on our podcast before. That dude's a headliner, but he'll come do that open mic with us because it's just fun. Mm-hmm. And it's just fun. So
I said it in an almost sarcastic way yesterday to, I forget who I said it to because I was drunk and I really don't remember his name every time I see him. I feel bad. No, I know who Jorge De La Rosa is. He's commented on our shit.
Oh, that's true. Oh, Jorge's the man. Colby? Was it Colby?
Colby, no. Colby was hosting last night, and I said he looks like he teaches like shitty karate in his basement because he had like the man bun like that man ponytail. I'm like, you look like you just like you have your own like Colby Foo or something. Like it's but yeah, Eurojaro was fun. Anthony Savat, though, who is Kent comedy legend and entertainment legend, really, and Ken when it comes like stage setup, does a lot of shit. I told a thing about how I shacked up with somebody during the pandemic when it first started, and he was like, the fact that you got laid makes me want to kill myself.
Yeah, that's pretty on brand for Anthony Savat.
Oh, I love him so much.
I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen him in a year. So I was kind of happy to see him and get to talk to him again, and like got to like poke or a fist bump hug him. I just like did that and then slapped his shoulder to kind of like do a hug kind of thing because we can't hug right now. So boo. You have to wear your mask on stage, by the way, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that sucks.
It does. It's like having a ball gag in your fucking mouth while you're talking. It's not fun, but that's why I'm getting the vaccine. What I'm gonna do when I go to Eurojaro now is just tape my vax like card to my chest and just grab the mic with no mask. Like I'll just be like, I'm vaccinated, motherfucker. I can't spread shit. It's been 3 weeks. Like, I had my second booster, but I haven't gotten it yet. Have you found a appointment yet?
No, because we just got eligible today, right, in Ohio. So, no, I haven't yet. I think I'm gonna get a hold of the hospital here. Apparently, I can do it there.
Oh, okay.
Either that or the health department, one or the other. I don't know.
But let's get back on track because one, I'm stoned and I'm been drinking proper 12, so that's beauty. But yeah, I was nervous for this fight. There was like a tension that you could feel like around the world almost of Stipe versus Francis too. Like to me, this was that fight that like I wanted Stipe to win, but like you always never not count out a monster like Francis Ngannou, dude. Like never. And when he slept Stipe in that second round, immediately I just like it was like an old Mike Tyson fight. I went, yep, and like turned it off and went to bed. Like I was done.
We knew it was kind of inevitable that he was eventually going to be the champion, right? And like we said before, like he did a great job of making adjustments, and obviously he's better than he was before. I think if Stipe would have gotten to I think if he got into the championship rounds, he'd definitely have a really good shot at it. But the thing is, you can only take so many punches from that dude, and the fact that he took the ones he took in the first round and came back for the second round is kind of amazing, right? I mean, I don't think anyone's taken more punishment before getting knocked out than Stipe in 2 fights. Like no one's been able to take those punches from Francis before, but Stipe has. But eventually he did get him. He did towards the end there. He did kind of make a bit of a mistake when he kind of clocked him and then he kind of rushed forward, which is also, I mean, that's how he knocked out. Was it
Verdum?
The Overeem fight, right?
No,
he got clocked. Verdum was backwards.
Well, yeah, Verdum was the backwards.
Overeem was on the ground. That's right.
Overeem was in like a stacked mount.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, it was Verdum. But that's what he did, and he kind of went forward because he hit him, and when he went forward, he he was in Francis's range, and he hit him with that giant hook, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
he keeled over, fell over, and it's all right, man. Listen, again, we love Stipe. And hey, fighting is his second job. All right. He was a fighter first. Say what you want. I don't know. You know what? I still think that Stipe is the GOAT, and he probably will still go down and not get the respect that he deserves. He already is not getting it for whatever reason. Even if it gets knocked out by Francis, he still deserves a lot more than he's getting, right? But what do we got here? What's going on up there in the corner?
Oh, that's me. I'm actually adding something to our production here. Something that I sent you, actually.
Okay. Anyway, I'm not continuing this.
Yep, there we are.
To talk. Anyway, Stipe is the man. Good for Francis, man. Like I said, after everything he went through, he finally got that. And he's a scary dude. I think one tweet by Matt Brown was said, "Anyone, anytime, anywhere, except Francis. I'm not fighting Francis." He's also a welterweight, right? I mean, listen, if you're a heavyweight, you can't really say that, right? if you're in the division. Right? Even though in the back of your head you're like, I don't want that to be the fight. It'd be cool if I could fight anybody else for the title if it wasn't him. But you have to go through him now. Now they're talking about John Jones. If that fight gets made, if they can get the numbers worked out, I mean, it's going to happen. And it's probably, man, and especially if we can get full crowd somewhere, that could, depending on where they have it, because I know not every state by the time this happens, maybe summer or fall, will let people have full crowds. But I mean, if they could get it in the right spot, they could probably break a United States attendance record, which is like 20,000 or something. But I don't know. I'm sure they'll have a sold out arena somewhere, wherever this thing is. And pay-per-view wise, it'll probably be one of the better ones I've ever had. Probably the highest bot one that doesn't have Conor McGregor on it. I will almost guarantee that. Yeah, and it's gonna be nuts. And what I think, you're one of the people, and a lot of people think that are just saying, dude, I don't think John Jones can beat this guy. I disagree. I mean, we'll talk about that a lot, and later on, especially when this fight gets mashed up. But I mean, listen, if John Jones is going to be a favorite in that fight, excuse me, not a favorite, underdog in that fight, dude, I'm betting a house on that guy. Yeah. It's John Jones. I mean, it won't be even John Jones probably won't be more than like plus 140 or something. But dude, I'm betting probably a amount of money for me that would be dumber than I should bet on John Jones, because it's John Jones and he's never been knocked out, bro. I know Francis Ngannou, but dude, he's him, but still, man. I mean, the skill. Listen, no one really hits John Jones, man. He's so damn long. Yes, he never fought anyone as big as Francis, although he's fought Gustafsson is very long, but he's hard to hit, and he has every single skill possible. And I think his wrestling is better than Stipe, and he's going to be bigger, so I think he's going to be able to get Francis down. I really don't think Francis is going to beat him, unless obviously he does, put his fist on his chin, because it only takes one from that guy. But I think John's such a smart fighter and such a skilled fighter that I really don't. I mean, the fact that if he's actually going to be an underdog, like I said, dude, I'm putting a lot of money on John Jones. And if it gets beat, okay, oh well, it happens. But it is what it is. But
this will definitely be a litmus test. And the MMA holes right here. You pretty bastards. Hi guys. But my only fear is with John Jones going up to heavyweight is we have the precedent with Izzy at 205 gaining 20 pounds. John Jones, he's up like what, 30 pounds. He's doing like walk around weight kind of stuff.
I don't know what he walked around at before, probably like 220, 230, but he's over 250 now, I believe. And you see the videos, and he's a beast, man.
And that's my one concern.
That guy looks like one of those fudgicles, like the big, the big fudge ice cream, right? And the little sticks at the end. That's what he looks like. That even more now with his tiny legs. I mean, he's got a little bit more in the thighs now, but he's still got those tiny John Jones legs. So yeah, like he looks like a giant ice cream walking around. But and he's a beast. And however, I will say this about that fight. I understand it's a money fight. I understand that's how things work, right? Dollar signs. Everyone sees dollar signs. If it works out, it's gonna be the thing. However, Stipe deserves that rematch. I think absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if things were just completely fair, Stipe would be getting that third fight. Absolutely. I mean, look what all the things he's done, and look what happened when he did get beat by Daniel Cormier. He waited, he got a shot, and beat Daniel Cormier twice, right? So absolutely. And he would be getting the shot if John Jones wasn't there. He would get this fight over Derek Lewis at this point, right? If John Jones wasn't there, pretty obviously. And if something goes on with John Jones holding out for money or something, then they'll just say, fine, just let Stipe do it. But they probably won't, which sucks, because if anyone deserves that rematch, the trilogy fight is Stipe, right? Yeah. And it's a bummer. It's a bummer. Again, we love Stipe. He's not going to, just because of money. And he's well aware. We're all well aware it's a business. That's how things work. If I was running the business, I would probably do the same thing, even though I'm well aware that Stipe really deserves that fight. But yeah, probably not how it's going to go. Stipe probably will fight Derek Lewis now.
Yeah, I could see
almost
that.
Guaranteed. I don't know who else it would be. I mean, it makes the most sense, right? For him and Derek Lewis, which is still a fun fight. And Derek Lewis, kind of the same thing. He can knock out anybody. So it'd be fun. But yeah, Stipe, he's the man still. We still love him up here. Yeah. In Northeast Ohio, he's still the man. He's still going to be saving lives, fighting fires. And dude, I'm still a fan of him, but good for Francis. And if that John Jones fight happens, it would be great. But congrats again to the Predator, Ngannou, man. That guy's gone through shit that we couldn't even imagine. Oh, and he finally got his gold, baby. So Good for
and
him.
the internet is just savage, by the way.
They often are.
They're just savages. I love them because like they make memes like this. And to me,
Ah, man, leave him alone. Leave Stipe alone. Leave him alone. Mascara's gonna start to run here in a second. Leave him alone. He was a great champion. Cleveland rocks. Leave him alone.
And then also, I mean, I wanted to do this one on our preview stream, but I saw this on Derek Brunson's Twitter, so I had to share it. And you know, Dana's gonna wear this now. Just a complete and utter great outfit for Dana White to wear.
You did show me that. That's well, that's what he was wearing at the press conference, right? Actually, I didn't see the press conference. I told you that.
Yeah, we need to start doing that, watching the press conferences, but they're so late.
The thing is, I usually go back and watch them.
So do I. I watch the highlights,
but I just didn't this time. Ngannou is a great champion for the heavyweight division. 100% true.
Oh yeah,
he's great. He's a great ambassador for the sport. He's amazing. We love him. It's just, we're Stipe guys, so we, from Ohio, we love Stipe.
We're from Cleveland, so we're kind of homers. We admit this, but when it's greatness, you kind of have to recognize greatness.
And again, I wouldn't root against Ngannou against anyone other than Stipe. Right? I'm going to be pulling for him probably to beat John Jones, unless I put money on it, which I think I'm going to. So that'll be a little different, but yeah, he's a great champion, and I think what they're saying, now there's 3 African-born champions in the UFC, him and Usman and Adesanya. However, I'm pretty sure those guys didn't go through what he went through.
No,
although they were, they're both born in Nigeria, correct? But yeah, they didn't have to escape Cameroon. Escape Cameroon with 47 people in the back of a Toyota Tundra or whatever it was. I don't know. And then, getting, geez, yeah, I mean, the fact that he even survived is insane.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, he's going to be a great champion. I'm excited to see him fight again. And Stipe will be all right, man. The way he's talking, he's still going to fight, I think. So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, dude. You have to look at it. He won. Stipe's 38. And he had his time. I'm not saying anything bad about probably for the next 10 years, 15 years, we're going to look back at Stipe and go, that's probably the greatest human being the UFC heavyweight division's ever had. I do think that, John Jones, he wins the heavyweight title. He's going to go down as the greatest pound for pound fighter ever because he went up and did what, Daniel Cormier did, but John Jones was so dominant in the light heavyweight division for so long, man.
Right now, after this knockout of Stipe, Francis Ngannou is like this mythical creature now.
I know.
Right? He's like, so when I first think of it, I'm like, okay, so that Godzilla Kong versus Kong movie comes out Wednesday. The winner of that fights Francis. All right. Whoever wins Godzilla Kong gets Francis. That's pretty good too. Right? And I think he knocked both those out too as well. Yeah. I know. You know what? However, with the tail, I'm pretty sure Godzilla's ground game is pretty slick. I mean, could you imagine have that big tail, right? And then put that in with your chokes and whatnot.
You got to make sure though that you got a high vertical leap to get over that thing, man. If you really look at Godzilla, he is without a doubt, pound for pound, the greatest monster to ever walk the planet. And for Francis Ngannou, he needs to treat it like Alistair Overeem. That's where I think that matchup goes. You need to send him to Sandals Resort. Like, you need to punch him so hard he forgets who he is for 3 days.
What, man? Because he's got the height advantage. Now, I don't know. Is Godzilla, does he have like the little T-Rex arm? So he doesn't have a whole lot of reach.
No, yeah. Godzilla doesn't really have.
The tail reach is what you're worried about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's the swiping.
And I mean, I don't know if they could fit him in a 25-foot octagon. They have to go to 30-footer. I don't even know if they can get him to 30-footer.
Nope.
It might be difficult. Yeah,
it would be Tokyo in the summertime.
The Super Arena, whatever it's called up there.
You just do it in downtown Tokyo. Godzilla has the greatest judo.
That's true. He caught us, man. We didn't look at enough tape. We didn't look at enough tape before we start talking about this, man. We'll look at it. Good. He's got.
We'll make
good,
sure.
Man. He's got
we'll
those nasty Osumagaris and whatnot. He can. I bet. Well, yeah, I bet that makes sense.
Just a dope hip toss.
Anyway, they're going to have to do some kind of waiver on the weight too. You know, he's not. I don't think he's going to quite be able to make 265. I don't know. Maybe
this will be
spend a lot
open
of
weight
time
for sure.
May have spent a lot of time in the sauna. He's going to be like maybe a Manuel Yarborough size or more. Dan Bobich, one of those guys.
Oh God. Oh, Dan Bobich. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
But we need to get Dan Bobich on. Actually, he'll come on. But he has to get past Kong first. And Kong's the underdog. I understand that, but he's no slouch for sure.
Kong's jiu-jitsu is what I really worry about, because like if you ever see a chimp in the wild like wrestling with another animal, it's the distance that they have to keep him at boxing distance, because like they can't really kick. They can kick, but it's not like a great thing. Their wrist strength and their grip is what's gonna get a hold of Godzilla and make sure to take him to the ground. Like I think honestly the best way for King Kong to win this against Godzilla is just wear him out, do a full Habib on him, and make him like just submit to his will. Or also have to watch the mouth laser. We've seen the mouth laser already in the preview.
That's true, man. That's one of those things. That's like the new low calf kick of monster fighting is that laser. You know, it was late to the game, and now everyone's doing it. And it's really hard to defend. No one's really figured out how to defend it yet. I feel like Kong though has to have a strength and grip strength. I bet his Kimura game is sick.
Kong is a few divisions under Godzilla, and he's all ground and pound. Not a good matchup for a long bro. Agreed on that, brother.
I know. I'm just saying he's a sleeper pick. Man.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing. I'm definitely gonna go to William Hill for this one because they did me well the first time. So they treated me nice at William Hill at the Flamingo. I was very happy. Made my bet really quickly. The lady was kind of shitty, but whatever.
She was kind of shitty. When you made a bet, did she like throw a Bible at you when you try to place a bet? Like, no, she knew I was a newbie. Jesus doesn't want you to do this like that.
She absolutely knew I was a newbie and got annoyed with me. Like that was like those kind of things where you see so many professional gamblers who are like, give me 755, 820, and 2655. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm confused. Yeah, I was that guy. I was a mark.
Sports gambling is still a statewide sin here, and it's still illegal here. Although we can play cards, that's fine. You can lose your money on blackjack, but you can't lose your money on the Browns. So,
well, I mean, I honestly think that's for the betterment of the Cleveland economy. To be honest with you,
okay, yeah, many people. I mean, you're right. You are right because I did give a pretty bad example. That's the first thing I thought of. And yeah, if you have been betting on the Browns for the last handful of years, this year you had a bit of a break. You had a decent year this year, but you came close to making up for what you lost in like 16 and 17.
Oh God, since 2000 or 99. What are you talking about?
But I'm talking when they won one game in 2 years.
99 and losing every day.
I wonder how many times they covered the spread in those years. Probably not many. I doubt many.
Man.
Anyway, man, before we talk about all these other fights, I think it's time to do Hero of the Week.
I like it. For those of you that are watching us for the first time, we do have some bits that we do. The one that's gotten a little bit more prominence is a segment called Tim Danko's Hero of the Week.
It's good. Again, man, we need a good jingle for this, man.
We do.
We need to get some female backups. I want it to be kind of like Shaft, right? I got some honorable mentions. Number one is Francis Ngannou, obviously for obvious reasons. Also, my grandfather for making some badass ribs in a smoker that he made by himself. Dude, these ribs he made were fantastic. And the smoker he made out of like it was an old oil barrel that he bought off of a homeless guy or something. I don't know, or a trash guy. I don't know. Something. I don't know. He went to a part of town I wouldn't go to and then buy some weird junk. Anyway, and he drilled holes in it and crap and burned the oil off, or hopefully he burned the oil off. And then he used this thing to smoke ribs, and they're fantastic. He also made brisket last week, but it was good shit. So he's honorable mention. Who else we got honorable mention? I think that's about it for now. I'll give you my number one. Number one is this bandit squirrel, man. I just found this on the internet. There's a squirrel somewhere in Chicago who's stealing packages off people's porches. This is a burglar. Help me out. Burglar. Man, I found that out. I often
He stole
don't know how to speak.
hamburgers, for God's sake. There was the Hamburglar. Remember that.
Hamburglar. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, see, I can say it when I say Hamburglar. That's right. I got that. Yes, all those things are badass. But check out this squirrel, man. This squirrel's like stealing packages off people's porches. All right, we got the video here.
Yes, we do. Let me. I moved it up to 3 seconds in the video. But for those of you just joining us, we're about to watch a squirrel become just a total douchebag. And
he's not being a douchebag. He's trying to provide for his squirrel family, man. You know, times are tough out there in the streets of Chicago for squirrels.
Oh, there he is. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it moving. He's got it.
Then he just bolts up the wall.
Like, he bandits it right up the fucking side of the wall.
I wonder what that is that he has. Looks like some sort of paperwork or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like
I know it's his now. His now. I wonder how many like Amazon drivers have been like bitched at because this squirrel's been stealing shit off porches.
Yeah,
it's funny. The woman that took this video says that she's pretty sure that squirrel stole the tortillas off of her porch last week. So there's just like some weird, I don't know, squirrel nest of like old packages and tortillas, I guess. Anyway, of all my heroes of the week, this might be one of the sillier ones. However, it's currently my favorite. So yes, the burglar squirrel. Congratulations, you're the hero of the week.
Oh, that's funny, man. When you sent me that video and I just watched, like, I didn't know what I was looking at because I had just gotten home from work. I was still kind of tired. And when I watched it and then realized like this squirrel just like jacked somebody's fucking FedEx package, I'm like, that's awesome. That makes you want to get a nest just so you can see it happen, you know, like get an extra goddamn like layer in there. And make it fun, like, because squirrels are always fun. Squirrels are one of my favorite bands ever. Has a song called "Earl," the Dave Brocky Experience.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like the squirrels. What's the name of that swing band? Squirrel Nut Zippers. Is that?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. But what I love about the fucking song is he's like, "Ooh, I had squirrel problems." Let's see, I had squirrel problems, and I got it because fuck squirrels. That's fucking right. They do nothing but hide their fucking nuts. It's right. Fuck them.
Again, Ray, with unnecessary voices that no one actually wants to hear. Moving on. No, you know what they need to do would be hilarious? If I had a squirrel that was on my porch stealing packages, I would get a cat or some sort of animal that would chase it, and I'd also put it like in a little tiny police outfit. Give him a little tiny cat police hat, right? Little cat vest, yeah.
You put it in a box that like opens up automatically, and it says police precinct on it.
Sure.
And it looks like the firehouse from Ghostbusters. I think that would be kind of a
call Feline One. No, not Feline One or Meow Meow One or I don't know.
Feline One, I like. That sounds like a presidential like cat. Feline One. Feline
One. I'm assuming that's happened, right? I know they've had dogs. They have cats too. I don't know.
Well, I mean, my dog, my mom's dog at least has fucked up some squirrels in the past. Like he has destroyed them.
Has any president had like a weird animal? Like instead of a dog, they're like, dude, I'm getting a ferret.
Does a bunny count? Because I don't know if that counts as like
I don't know
a thing.
If I was president, I'd get a ferret, and I probably would not win re-election because people are like this guy's nuts. He bought a ferret for some reason. And on my press conferences, I'm just petting this ferret, and it's gnawing on my ear.
It's hiding in your It's hiding in your hoodie.
Right, and I let it loose. I let it loose on the reporters anytime they piss me off. That's a dumb question. Go ferret, go.
Go Frankie. Go Frankie Ferret. He makes like a fuck.
The ferret's name is Sarah Huckabee Sanders. That's the name of my ferret.
Oh, the ferret would have more brains. What are you talking about?
This guy over here.
Well, at least the ferret doesn't have a god. That's all I have to say. But she believes in the Jesus. And if you believe in Jesus, cool. Not if I'm atheist. That we've gone through this entire thing. Biden
Yeah, at
has
least you're being cool about it
God.
now. You
Oh God. Rye just fucking went hard in the paint.
the
Oh, did he go hard? Jesus Christ. All right. We've already had a video taken off because we made fun of the WHO or we said stuff about the WHO. So that's a good thing.
I mean, listen, like I said, I don't want to talk too much about that because I don't want to get deplatformed. But
Yeah.
what you said, we're not going to repeat it because I don't want it to happen again. But it was weird because like that rule for medical misinformation is not about. It's not for the things you said. It's for like the people who come up with those conspiracy theories and shit.
Yeah.
And what you said was just a joke.
Yeah.
It was a joke, and then we got pulled. It's kind of all right, man. Those are the rules. You know, we like to stay on. You know, but is what it is. There's something
I'm just
else
happy. I take it as a badge of honor, to be honest with you. Like, we finally did something where, like, YouTube pulled something. We're in a very elite group, sir. We're in a very elite group of just psychopaths, including Alex Jones. So I'm very happy on that, to be honest with you. To have a video pull. Well, no, I'm aware. We're aware. That's why I'm like, you went hard in the paint, and we appreciate it. But, dude. Like, we just recently got a video pulled because I made a joke about the WHO, and
it wasn't even a good joke.
No, but it was a joke. I mean, it wasn't like fucking like they're a health organization. They know far more apparently than we do.
Right.
And
it's not like, you know, your new nickname, well, usually it's Big Business Ray, and Big Business Ray comes out all the time. Oh, there's the hat. Did you get a monocle yet? You got to get yourself a monocle.
No, I need to get a monocle, but I also need to turn on the lights because
Big Business Ray, because Ray always sides with the money. But Dr. Ray is another fun one too now. Now that because apparently you're out here spreading your crazy Dr. Crank theories.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
I am a medical expert from the University of Phoenix, online because that's how I roll. And it's a good time, but we're not medical experts. We're MMA loving comedians. So to YouTube, but thank you YouTube for making us feel wanted at least.
Yeah, it's okay. Like we said, we're not gonna like I said, if we fight too much, we know we'll lose, right?
Yeah,
because they're a private platform, right? Right? Or I don't know how you say it. They're a private company, so therefore they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So. And we would like to be on here for a while. So all right, we won't say anything about them anymore. Got it.
And
learned our lesson. Moving on.
For the people watching, also give us a thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Give us a like on Facebook as well. Follow us at Bro Plata. You can just look at the title of the show and just find us. Give us a follow. Tell your friends. And also, like I said, we've said this, I think, like many times so far today. But we want to thank the MMA Holes. TheMMAHoles.com is where you can find our live streams. And if you found us through that, follow us on our social medias. Our Instagram's kind of dead because I'm lazy.
We'll get better at it. We'll step it up.
But we just give us a follow. Tell your friends that we exist. Validate our existence because every show that we do is basically for us. But as long as you guys join us and enjoy.
It's for the world.
I like to make way too many inside references, sir.
What?
I like making way too many inside references on movies and shit for it not to be about me. Because, you know, big business. Hold on. Big business. Yes.
Big business, Ray Hackleck. All right, anyway, man, let's start talking about more fights. Want to do that?
Yeah, I want to talk about this Tyron Woodley.
But also, like, again, we are really excited to be part of this network for sure.
Yes.
And, we're fans of them, and we're really happy they found us and asked us to be a part of it. So, anyway, moving on. Here we go, bro.
I want to say something real quick for Tyron Woodley. Karma is a motherfucker, and it comes late. And I'll tll you why. Remember when the MMA awards had their musical numbers that they would do? A lot of MMA fighters did one.
Those are so bad.
I loved them. I don't know about you. Yeah.
I think they just could have. I don't know, man. You know what? Hire us as writers MMA awards. I feel like it could be done better.
The Astron Side is an amazing song.
Okay.
I love that one. But
Although I'm not saying we would do any better. Maybe we would make it worse. But I'm just saying it's. I
I'm
know
an
what
okay
they're going
song
for, and what they're
parody guy.
going for is pretty good. But I don't know if they're quite executing it the way they want to. Anyway, what were you saying? What happened?
So Tyron Woodley and Randy Couture did a version of Old Town Road, where one of the lines is got so many babies, Connor is a tapper. And Vicente Luque made it Tyron Woodley tap. So a little bit of karma.
Yes, it did. But to his credit, I think Tyron Woodley was 90% dead when he tapped. I think when that happened, the only functioning part of his body was that hand. Because he was looking great for a second there, and I picked him. I'm like, here we go. This is how you stay around. This is how you stay in the league, right? And then all of a sudden, was it a head kick? Is that what it was?
Head kick started it. Yeah, kind of wobbled him and
got him good. And then you're like, okay, he's not all there anymore. He's down.
He went straight
down a good 80%. Yeah. And then right, and then Luque, when he got him on the ground, he kind of realized his neck was there, and he got him with the was it a Dars?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Two really good submissions on this entire card. One made me slap a table and almost run out of the room in joy. But that Darce was dope, man. That Darce was fucking sexy. And like, where does Tyron go from here, dude? Like, where does he go?
Well, the way Dana White says is he goes home. I mean, it's basically what he's saying. He's like 38, 39, and he said because he lost 4 in a row. However, like I've said before, he's fighting really tough people. Like he could definitely beat. I'm assuming he's going to beat a lot of people still in that welterweight division. The only thing is they usually don't keep those guys around to do that when they're getting paid as much as they are.
Yeah.
Right. So I think they're going to cut him. Like I said before, I really kind of hope he wins because I didn't want that to happen. But with this loss, I think it's probably pretty inevitable that he's going to get cut unless he wants to take a giant pay cut, which I highly doubt he does. He's either going to retire, or maybe he'll go somewhere else and do a couple fights. But he's going to be, I'm pretty sure he'll be done with the UFC, which if he is, hats off to you, man. You were the dude for a long time. You were you were a monster champion. You were great. It just, father time catches up with everybody, some sooner than later. And hey, he was really good until he was like 36. He's really good for a really long time. So, and he's also, like I said, there's still people he could beat. He's just losing to really tough people, but because of how much he cost, and this is 4 in a row, I'm pretty sure they're going to get rid of him. But good job for Vicente Luque, man. You beat a really tough dude. And I thought he had him for a second there. I thought he was looking great. Woodley was looking fantastic until he was no longer looking fantastic. Right. When he got hit by that head kick, and then that tides turned a good bit. And then he got choked out.
I mean, when that Darce, and ironically, that's how he retained the belt against Darren Till and got his black belt, was Tyron Woodley got Darced Darren Till, and he gets Darced in possibly his last UFC fight. I said it last week, and yeah, I took Tyron's credit, really put a great fight in, was aggressive, kind of looked like the Tyron Woodley of old. But at the same time, Vicente Luque, man, his power was on point. His striking ability was really more prominent in this fight compared to Tyron. Tyron was doing a lot of pressure fighting. And I honestly think that, like, Vicente being the kind of guy that he is when it comes to his striking, it was the perfect matchup to see if his counters could really do anything and then put some aggression behind it when the time really came in. And yeah, man, I mean, Tyron Woodley, beast. Whoever this person is, they win.
Yes.
They win day.
That's actually not what it is. I got
it's the shirt Hagrid, but
I got the shirt on today. I got the Cactus Jack shirt on today.
Yes.
Right? It's pretty good. It's pretty good likeness right there. Good old Mick Foley.
He's Mick Foley playing at the Funny Stop Comedy Club.
No one's gonna understand that reference. All right, that's Ray doing an impression of our favorite comedy club owner, Pete from the Funny
I'm actually
Stop
doing an impression of Sean Lynch doing the impression, where he's just like, I want the guy who looked like a Mick Foley. Oh, I love him. I love Sean Lynch. Shout out to Sean Lynch. Follow him on all of his social medias. And also, what's the name of the movie that was on Prime, I believe.
Which one? There's one called Every Other Sunday, and there's one called Greenpoint Tavern.
Greenpoint Tavern's the most recent one. Yeah.
No, that's the one he made about 9/11.
I thought that was the one that was released most recently.
Yeah, released most recently. Yeah,
Yeah.
But it was made a long time ago. But
Yeah.
that was the whole thing. Yeah, but Every Other Sunday is a short that he did, and it's really funny.
And then what was comedians? What was the thing
Comics Watching Comics is on Amazon Prime too.
Amazing stuff. Sean Lynch. He's actually one of the podcasts that we have up on our Spotify page and anywhere else that you can stream.
Yeah, it's on YouTube too, I think. I don't know.
Yes.
I'm assuming. Yeah, it's on most of our stuff is on, but I don't know. This is the thing, Ray. You got to get on those episodes, fam.
Yeah, I'm behind.
Pat Miocic, get the Pat Miocic video up, and then get all the. See, you finally caught up, and then you got to let yourself get behind again, Raymond.
Well, because life happens, sir. You get a job, and you get the.
Hey, this happened before you were working too. Don't pretend like
this
it wasn't.
is true. This is totally true.
Like, I mean, you're right, and I understand that. But the thing is, this also happened beforehand. So
yes.
Yeah, it's not a great excuse, but okay, it is what it is.
We did have an interview with Pat Miocic recently. That is up on our audio streaming, and then the video will be up very soon. I know I've said that tons of times. That's sort of a badge or a thing I wear on my sleeve of I'll get to it soon. But thank you, GA Boy 478. That made me.
I'll take
laugh.
Hager, man. Hager was a sexy dude, man. He was a big hoss, man. Yeah, I like that guy, man. He knew his shit, right? Yeah, dragons and whatnot. I forgot. I don't remember. I've seen all the movies. It's been a minute. I haven't read the books because books.
You fall in love with the headmistress of the all girls.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah. Who's like 2 feet taller than he is. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh, I love it, man. But Tyron Woodley going down. I want to dovetail off of that, or let's say piggyback off of that. And go from one submission to the other.
Something with some sort of animal. Okay.
Some platitude that I'm going to say to try and make myself sound smart. But let's talk about let's skip ahead or let's skip back some. Alonzo Menafield. Fucking Menafield, dude. That I know the guy that took the fight, Fabio Sharon, only had, I think it was like a 2-week notice, or so. It was a very short notice.
It might have been less than that, yeah. Which is not the only thing that made it his weight cut miss the weight kind of tolerable, right? Forgivable, a bit forgivable, only because he was.
And it was only a pound and a half. It wasn't like it
was a half a pound, because he was 206 and a half. So it was.
Because they do give you a pound. I forgot about that.
So half a pound, but he was supposed to fight. Menafield was supposed to fight William Knight, like on a couple different occasions. Like this fight was supposed to happen a while ago, and then it didn't work. And then my headphones were making weird noises. And then they rescheduled it for this, and then Knight was out again. That would have been a great fight because Knight's a beast. He's coming out to win against the guy from Strong Style. What is his name?
Oh God, I forget. Why do you do this to me with names right now? We're terrible with names.
I know. Shoot. Anyway. He beat that guy, and then he's fighting. He's from Cincinnati, I think. Knight, and then I think maybe, and then I don't know. Either way, anyway, Knight's tough. Menafield's really tough, but he got this guy in his. Dude, that's a super tough UFC debut to fight Menafield on short notice. But he also just made a really dumb mistake, right? He tried to go for a guillotine, and once he was down on the ground and Menafield was in the side control, he decided that he could probably still have it, which is it's not impossible, but it's very unlikely unless you're super duper strong. You have a super strong grip that you're able to get a guillotine from that position. But what's more likely is that someone can counter it from there, in which he did. So he made a mistake of not letting go of the guillotine, and then Menafield was able to adjust and get the Von Flue choke. Von Flue choke.
I call it the Von Prue because Oven St. Prue has pulled that shit off a lot.
That's not how things are named, though, man. Listen, you name things after the originator, okay?
I'm aware.
Right? You don't name things about who did it best, right?
I mean,
I'm trying to think of an example.
You can rename things.
I don't know. I can't think of an example right now. I don't know. There's
It's not like you can rename the Ashigarami out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do. There's no dude with the last name Garami anywhere. So it's one of those. We are awesome. That's what we are. That's the hell is this show. We are awesome. That's right.
Something
Thank you
like
for your
that,
comment.
yeah. What we were talking about, I forget already.
The Von Flu choke. Yeah,
the Von Flu choke, man.
Okay,
you did it first, right?
Yeah, he did.
Saying, man.
But that when it was kind of fun when you started to see Menafield get into that position, have the shoulder right on the Adam's apple a little bit, and then sneak it onto the fucking main vein. It was pretty. And I was sitting on the couch just like really close to the fucking screen. And yes, it definitely does. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rye. I appreciate it. It's Rye. I hope that is R-A-I is usually Rye. Yes, it's like an homage. See, Tim.
The only thing I'm saying though, man, if like we'll say like a surgeon came up with a technique and say his name is Williams, right? And then had the surgery and you use the Williams technique in the surgery, right? And then years later, there's a doctor named Brown who's way, way better at the Williams technique than anybody else. He didn't come up with it. He just happened to master and be better at it. You don't change the name to the Brown technique because he does the Williams technique better than Williams did. All right? Von Flu choke, done. End of conversation.
Why you gotta let your OCD, man, get in the way of
because that's how I live life. I live life with OCD and Tourette's. So you're going to see OCD and Tourette's every episode. I can't just leave it behind because I decided to. It doesn't work like that. I've tried for 33 years.
That should be the podcast name that you take, OCD and Tourette's.
Sure, why not?
But no, man, it was like literally as soon as Sharon tapped. I smacked this like box that's like sort of an end table kind of thing on my friend's like living room. Yeah, but if a doctor named Billiams was better, we'd call it Billiams, bro. This isn't over. He's gonna go hard with you. Rye's my man. Like he's really hard in the paint. Like this dude needs to be like a regular fan. Thank you, sir.
No, I know what he's saying. We're right because it sounds like I understand what he's saying. But no way. No, listen. I would be pissed for that dude's family, man. Like if someone's like, "Oh, you can't change the name technique." He made it up, man. He made it up. Saying, man, dude, he's the first guy to do it. You name it after the person who's to do it first. Right? However, rhyming is fun, and we all like rhyming. But the thing is, it's a Von Flu joke.
Rogan's behind it.
Yeah, but Rogan's wrong in this instance, and I agree with a lot of things he says, not all of them.
It's because it sounds the same is why it works in this one.
And I know what he's saying. That his name's Williams, and that guy's name's Billiams. And why can't I call him Billiams? Because it sounds pretty close to Williams. Whatever. I mean, it's just a coincidence that the guy you're talking about Von Flu and St. Preux. I know it's just a coincidence, right?
Hey, right. Man.
So
and they both are really
some guy named Jean Slew will be next, and he'll be really good at the same choke. Right?
Jean Slew choke. That actually does sound kind of dope. It's like a modified north-south.
I think the Jean Slew version of the choke will be like the Dr. Seuss version of this Von Flu choke.
Yeah,
the slew.
It's a slew for you.
Right. Sure. Why not? Anyway. Honestly, I don't care. It's a choke. We know what it is. Mm-hmm. It's the same damn choke. Von Flu did it first. St. Preux does it the most. And Jean Slew isn't really a person, at least not yet.
It was awesome, though, man. I was happy to see it because being a dude who loves grappling, loves jiu-jitsu, and thank God I have a day gig now. And also I have my American stimulus check because fucking – I can actually like go to classes now because I get off at like 5 every day. So I can like go to the gym now more often.
Again, if you stop buying whiskey and Converse or whatever it is you're buying.
It's Vans shoes, sir.
It's skateboards and pornography or whatever it is that you buy.
I don't pay for porn. Come on. What kind of animal do you think? I've paid for porn maybe once, and it was kind of weird porn that I wanted to watch. But it's
please don't tell us anything more about it because I really don't want to know. I don't want to know something that was so off the beaten trail that you had to go find it and go pay for it. You probably had to pay cash for it. It's probably something that crazy.
No, it was credit card. It was definitely credit card.
All right, so there's a record of this somewhere.
Yeah. Clips for sale, yo. It's a real thing. And
again, let everyone know that Ray is the resident pervert on the show as well.
I absolutely am. Look at this hairstyle. Does this not look like porn producer hair? This is exactly the kind of guy who would tell you he's going to make a star, fuck you on film.
Yeah, I mean, I'm well aware that this looks like porn consumer hair. I'm well aware of that, but I'm not really that into it. I got sports to watch, Ray. I'm not saying never, but I got stuff to watch. Baseball starting next week. Yes, I got stuff to do.
But yeah, dude, I was happy to see that move get pulled off by somebody not Haggard and Porny. That would actually be a really good
sure. Why not?
That would be a fun thing. And he also really likes to make sure Pegasuses are taken care of, or whatever that half griffin Pegasus thing in Harry Potter was.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't quite remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Dude, I'd fuck around with the Pegasus. And what I mean by that is I would own one, not to do weird stuff. Ray would probably do weird shit to it.
No, I'm not.
Ray would go to a Pegasus show, quote unquote, Pegasus show. Not because he wanted to, but because he had to. He has to know. He'd have to know.
Pegasus and the stud. Who's the stud? It's the Pegasus. Why? What's your name? Pegasus.
All right.
Oh man, but no, I don't know. That would be kind of a weird. That's like a Mr. Hands kind of thing, and I'd rather not ever see that, because like Magic Dick is. Imagine that kind of thing. One of my favorite games ever. Was it Red Planet or Red Dawn?
I'm not sure because I stopped listening to you about 45 seconds ago.
Well, in this video game, you can actually get a unicorn named Mr. Toots who farts rainbows, and he's like the most powerful weapon in the game. And it's Red Faction Gorilla. Red Faction Gorilla is the name of the game, and they give you like an actual unicorn that farts.
You gotta love any game or movie or anything when someone uses farts as a weapon. Like the South Park games, you use farts as a weapon. And then one of my favorite movie superheroes of all time was Paul Rubens as the Spleen in Mystery Men. His superpower was magical farts. Paul Rubens. Pee-wee, when you're farting.
Oh, that movie is awesome, but it also has the stigma of introducing everybody to the song All Star by Smash Mouth. So
what, you mean an instant classic? You mean one of the greatest songs of all time? You kidding me?
Yeah.
That is one of those that like you have to like admit that there was a time you did like it. You're like you hear it now, you're like, you were like, are you pretending you never? It's like when people said like pretend they never liked Creed. Like somebody bought millions of Creed records. All right. Yeah, me too. And again, I am a non-ironic Creed fan. I say it all the time. I just think it's very funny for people to be like, no, I never listened to that crap. I'm like, really? Because if that's true, then no one would have bought records, and they sold a lot of records. So yeah, let's just pretend like that. Yeah, like you never listened to Creed. All right, bro.
And we have new people joining us pretty much all the time during this stream. How giddy were you to see Scott Stapp live, sir?
Oh my gosh. We're talking about this, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a lazy person, and I worked as a stagehand at the Kent stage in Kent so I could see him for free. And I'm very lazy, so I didn't want to work, but I worked off seeing Scott Stapp. And because my buddy was head of security, he put me in a really good spot to watch Scott Stapp, and I really didn't have to do anything, right? It was mostly older people who were relatively calm. No one did anything crazy. My favorite thing about it, though, is all this other stagehands were giving shit to Scott Stapp and his music the whole day. However, who's singing along when the concert goes on? All of them singing every word of My Sacrifice. All right, yeah, you can pretend, but when Scott Stapp gets into My Sacrifice, man, you're singing along. It's a good tune. It was awesome. I saw him twice.
Hello again. That's all he wants to do.
Yeah, right. A lot. I love. Yeah, he was the man. I never saw Creed by themselves. I mean, the band Creed, but I did see Scott Stapp live, and we also saw him full band acoustic. Good stuff. That Scott Stapp, man. He's a little nuts, and it's kind of one of the reasons I like him so much.
Yeah.
Like, remember he was like living in a Holiday Inn and like out of his truck or whatever because he got addicted to Adderall or some shit. I don't know. He's better now, I guess, but still making tunes.
I remember Jeremy Shear used to do a show at Corner Pub in Lakewood, and I had a Scott Stapp joke around that time when he was living in the hotel, where it was like, where I'm going to take donations for Scott Stapp, and it only takes 101. The only dollar is one. And people won't know who this is, but a guy that used to do comedy, Eric Cribley, was at the bar, and he was like, "Oh, you're just gonna do Creed puns the entire time?"
Yes, sir, I am. I have 6 minutes left. Let's just see how many of these we can get through.
Yeah. Oh, and his donations will be taken with arms wide open. Yeah. That's right, everybody.
My headphones my headphones are screaming at me for you doing Creed jokes. There we go. All
right. Oh man, let's talk about after the Tyron Woodley fight. Your boy
before the Tyron Woodley fight.
Before, whatever. Proper 12 is going through my veins, so it's going to be a good day.
Again, this is another thing that happens. Like anything that has anything to do with fighting any product. Like if you want to make like what did I say? Like what do you use? Armbar soap because it has a fun name, right? If you
I use that shit.
Kimura ball powder of some sort. You'd use that.
I hope they come out with Kimura ball powder. I would buy it.
Any of that.
I have psoriasis, and that shit like helps with my psoriasis. Like it really does. Like I've noticed a big change. And you can go to my Instagram at Ray Highclack to see the things for Armbar. They're not a sponsor. I've been bugging them for over a year now to try and like get a sponsorship with them, just where we can put their logo somewhere. Like that's all I really want to do, because I believe in the soap company, and they really have helped me with like my awful skin, my terrible.
Wait, like I told you, man, I'm making my own product called Ground and Pound Hair Gel.
I like it.
Don't ask me what's actually in it.
Am I gonna look like fucking what's her name from Something About Mary?
100%. Yes, that's what the ground and pounding is. That's that. So yeah, it's all natural, all natural hair gel for you. Tim Danko's Ground and Pound Hair Gel. That's for you.
Handmade
and delivered.
Oh God. Just with a smile on your face, like try it.
The logo is just the dumbest look on my face. Just that's it. That's the look.
Whatever that face is you make when you make God sad. It's
Ooh.
Although that's every day for you, really.
Just me. You don't even believe they exist, Raymond.
True. That is a very true statement.
All right, we got this. We talking about this Sean O'Malley fight or not?
Yeah, let's talk about Sean O'Malley versus Thomas Almeida. Very good opening couple rounds, and then it became the sugar show right off the bat. And I need to ask you this question because I immediately thought about you. Too late of a stoppage?
Yeah, it was weird, right? Because, well, in hindsight, absolutely. But you're kind of thinking he got hit, and then he just kind of rolled to his back, and then he put his legs up in a defensive position, like he was waiting for him, to come at him. But it was weird. You think if he was all with it, he wouldn't have just fell to his back and put his legs up like that. However, you think maybe he's trying to get him to come down to the ground with him. I don't know. So I can understand why he didn't stop it. But after he got hit, then you realize in hindsight, oh yeah, that wasn't great.
Amazing things. Pulse Reloaded. Amazing things. We're talking about Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Thomas Almeida. We've talked about Stipe Miocic, the Tyron Woodley loss, and also the Alfonso or the Almeida fight. or not
Yeah, and
men of field fight.
yeah, and weird stuff where he puts on his skin. Also, like we and squirrels. Anyway, we're just the best. We're the best. We know we are. We're
The
just
greatest podcast ever
This
lived.
is just all the fantastic nonsense that we do every time we do a show. That's just we will go hard with the nonsense. That's how we do things. Anyway, where was I? Tim Couch is right here too. He's chilling. Yeah, I think in hindsight it was, but I don't blame Mark Smith because I could see him get a bit confused as he rolled to his back. Like, yeah, in a perfect world, he would have been like, "Nah, dude, he's done." But I could see why he might have got a little crossed up there. But yeah, after he got the shot, you're like, okay, that didn't need to happen. But like I said, I get not stopping it until that happened. But it's kind of unfortunate that it did happen. But O'Malley, man, he looks so sharp. He is so long, man, and he uses his length fantastic for the bantamweight division. He's so, I mean, I'm just looking how much bigger he is, or taller and longer than he is in Almeida. I'm like, how's he even going to get inside? And he never really did, right? He had such a hard time. And man, O'Malley's real fun to watch, man. Like I said, he says a lot of stuff. Sometimes that make me just kind of want to pull my hair out. But for the most part, the kid's a really fun fighter to watch. And he looked great. I think now he's probably going to get another, maybe a top 15 guy or something like that. There's a lot of good matches for him. I don't know what they're thinking. But yeah, he looked fantastic. I think he was just straight up better than Almeida, but Almeida's tough as hell, man. The fact that he didn't get knocked out in the first round, and yes, I mean, he got lucky. Not necessarily lucky. I mean, it ended up not being a huge deal that O'Malley didn't finish him in the first round because he ended up finishing him in the third round. However, if he would have jumped on him right away, it's a pretty good shot. In the first round, he would have finished him, right? He tried to get the walk off. He tried to pull a Mark Hunt. Only Mark Hunt can pull that off and never be wrong. Like Mark Hunt.
Oh my God.
Mark Hunt's like on yeah, I don't think he's a missed one. Every time he walks off, it's just done. He knows how often. I mean, there may be one that I can't think of that maybe they didn't stop the fight, but usually when he walks off, when he knows, he's well aware. But O'Malley didn't quite do it that way. Maybe when he gets some more fights under his belt, he wants that. I know he really wanted that big walk off. You know what? I don't know. He was saying something about he wanted the highlight reel. He likes the way they look better. I don't know. You know what? Listen, finishing a guy on the ground is just as good as it's pretty awesome too. Yeah, okay. Walk-offs are cool, but you don't want to get him wrong, right? You don't want to try to pull a Mark Hunt and then miss it. So,
dude, when he
either way, man, he looked
Almeida,
great.
He slapped Almeida with that last shot. Like,
yeah,
I felt so bad for Thomas Almeida in that last punch. I'm like, that is the like nerd getting like his money robbed from him in school. Like, that's exactly what that was.
That's the atomic wedgie of MMA fights.
Oh. Just beat the brakes off him with one shot. When you heard that fucking noggin just ricochet off the octagon, and you're like, I don't know anymore. Like, it made me feel uncomfortable, and I love violence, so it's like,
right. And it seems every card to get one of those things that happen. It makes you wonder why we like this sport so much. Like, am I terrible for liking this so much? I think I may be, but I don't care because it's fantastic.
Oh,
that's one of them.
Oh,
good for O'Malley, man. He came back after his loss, apparently, which again, that's so dumb. It's the fact that he says he has no problem losing, but then he's just pretending like he didn't lose the Cheeto Vera, like that was some sort of a fluke. I mean, it wasn't a fluke. He beat you. I saw the fight. You got beat. So just take it and be better next time. And he was better. So good for him, man. Always excited to see that dude fight. I'm excited to see if they put him up against next.
Yeah, there's a couple good ones. I kind of in the long run, I want to see him versus Cody at 135.
Eventually, man. I don't think that's gonna. So that's not a thing that's gonna happen anytime soon. Maybe I don't know. If somebody falls out of that Rob Font fight, if Rob Font fell out of that fight, and Sugar Sean O'Malley wanted it, they may give it to him. If no one else wanted it, like that's not impossible. Yeah, I mean, he's not even ranked yet, and Cody's like top 5, so. Super excited for the Cody Garbrandt Rob Font. For people who don't know, I talk about it all the time. But Cody's the hometown hero here. I live like where he's from. They talk about that all the time, and he kind of makes it sound a little worse than it actually is.
I mean, I've been there.
He's in Uricksville, which is like the next town over. I mean, the same county, but he went through. I mean, everything he talks about is true. I mean, he went through some really hard stuff in his life, but anyway, he's a hometown here. His uncle, who's one of his trainers, still lives around here. Actually, he trains right down the street from me at the T County Boxing Gym. But anyway, him and Rob Font's going to be great. Excited for that.
I'm excited for that. COVID side effects barring. Really?
Yeah, that's true. Apparently, he has a really bad case of the COVID, so
Yeah.
hopefully he'll be okay. Jillian Robertson, Miranda Maverick. Dude, I told you I love Miranda Maverick. She's great. She's a tough lady, tough chick. And Dr. Maverick, right? About to get her PhD. I don't know in what. I don't know. But either way, I think Dr. Maverick is like the coolest name you can give somebody as a fighter. It's not a nickname; it'd be the actual name, Dr. Maverick. Anyway, she looked great.
Mm-hmm. She dominated through 3 rounds. I mean,
for the most of it, there was a little bit there in the second round that she got a little out grapple for a minute, but for the most part, yeah, it was all her fight. I think.
Yeah, Jillian looks great, but at the same time, Miranda Maverick was on point for this fight, dude. Like straight up wanted the win. Obviously, Jillian Anderson wants to win as well, but like Megan Anderson was doing it like she wanted to buy a house. Like she was going ham off of Jillian, and I was happy.
The name. Who you're talking about? Did you say Megan Anderson? Miranda Maverick?
Did I?
Yeah,
Miranda Maverick. Sorry, we just talked about Sean O'Malley, so I have Megan Anderson on the brain, but also Megan Anderson's hot, so it does happen.
At least you said something nice, Casey Kenny.
No, yeah, I don't believe. That's the one thing, man. With this whole thing with Casey Kenny and Megan Anderson, we both talked about it on one of the podcasts that like we thought that they should have taken them off, but like. When I saw Megan Anderson, I was like, "That's my kind of girl, tattooed and ready to fight." Like that's the kind of girl
taller than you.
Like that's all I want to do is marry Megan Anderson because I like you have. Who's your girl? Who's your boo?
Most of the women in the UFC. Cyborg. Cyborg's the one. No, it's Amanda Ribas usually, but she lost. Now I'm cool on her now because she lost, but it's all right. I love them all. They're great. And some of the dudes too. Why not?
Hey, I mean, it is 2021. I'm not going to judge.
It is.
But let's talk about this just because it was the fireworks that started off the night 2 hours south of us in the lovely, well, no, for an hour and a half for you, 2 hours for me.
Yeah, me, it's like west. Oh, excuse me, east.
East, that's the same thing.
Same thing as west. I doubt that's true, but we can go.
I'm not saying it's the same directions. Terrible with
also a direction. East and west are basically the same thing because they're both directions. All right, gotcha.
When I lived in Colorado, the only way I knew like what west was the Colorado Rockies are west of Denver. You can see them, but they're in like the western part of the state, technically, like midwest, like middle west part. So that was it's like here. I live like south of the lake.
Are you a person that would only give directions by landmarks?
No, I try and give street names and numbers and stuff like that. And like routes, Route 306 or whatever, kind of things, just so I can
tell somebody to go down this road till you see the Taco Bell on the right, then turn right, but not the bad Taco Bell. Wait for the good Taco Bell.
The
first one's the bad Taco Bell. The second one's the good Taco Bell. Turn right, the good Taco Bell.
Ugh.
No, you
those people deserve their car set on fire. Like, just no. You're terrible at fucking directions.
We do have these cell phone things now that tell us where to go. That makes things a little more.
Shithel, sir. I should.
So, what did I say? What did I call? I called Miranda Maverick versus Macy Barber. Right? I would like to see that. That makes sense because she just beat 15. Barber, she's coming off 2 losses, I think, but she's 14 or something. I would like to see both of them. They're both young ladies who could crack. I'd love to see that fight. I'm sure they'll match something up good, but if it was me, I'd go with that one, but we'll see. Then we got
Worthy versus James full of malarkey or Jamie full of malarkey.
Boo. That's me booing you.
I think that should be his nickname, full of malarkey. I think that would be a wonderful nickname for a fighter.
It's almost like good as it's almost as good as touchy feely, but not quite.
But yeah, man, this kind of took the wind out of my sails early because we both picked Worthy. We both like Worthy, and for him just to get slept the way he did was no bueno, sir. No bueno at all, especially for the Steel City, man.
Yeah, well, good for Malarkey. He caught him and did a good job for him knocking the tough dude out. But yeah, we like Kama because he's he's close to us. Still wish he'd change his nickname to Kama Worthy. But the Death Star is also a pretty darn good nickname.
It is.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just a dude I used to see fight all the time. He was an amateur around here, so he fought all amateur fights in Ohio, I think, because then the PA amateur rules are really dumb. They're still pretty dumb, but they're not as dumb as they were. But yeah, the poor dude. That sucks. I mean, hopefully he'll be back. He's 2-2 now. He still has that wins against Devontae Smith, who's very tough, and Luis Pena. He has lost his last 2 first-round knockouts. So we'll see what they do with him. I hope they keep him for a little bit, give him another shot at least. Because he also has 2 finish wins against 2 tough guys. And one of them he was definitely not supposed to win, the Devontae Smith one. So we'll see, man. Hope things get better for him there in Pittsburgh and he gets another fight. Still love you, brother.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Kama Worthy and will not stop. So it was sad. Like I think I even texted you like that sucked because it was we were so excited to see Kama Worthy get like really deep into the rounds and then just to get tagged in the goddamn what round was that? The first round, 46 seconds in was just like
yeah. And this is the second time that happened to Kama. Happened to him in the first round of the last fight against the Potato Burglar or whatever the heck that guy is. The Azatar, the not Abu Azatar, the other Azatar who got cut for somebody sneaking quote unquote potatoes into his room. I don't know what the heck that weird caper was about. I don't know. That was crazy. If you didn't hear about it, it was something weird about somebody snuck in the fight island. They gave somebody a wristband to come in, and then he snuck across the balconies to give him potatoes. I don't believe most of that, but all right, right. You got to commit crimes to give someone potatoes. All right. He slang for something.
I can't remember that free running game that came out years ago. Mirror's Edge. He mirror's edged himself into the room and just used the most awesome parkour ever to make sure that happened. Like it was, but I want to then talk about Jared Gooden and Abu Akar Nurmagomedov. For those of you who are new to our show via the MMA Hole or the MMAholes.com, and we're going to lose a lot of people here right now, probably.
Don't even do it. Let's
Nurmagomedov. I'm going to say it. Not a fan, and I cannot root for anybody with the last name Nurmagomedov. It's just no.
It is extremely hateful and extremely dumb on Ray's part. I've actually tried to stop arguing with him about it because he says he sucks, which obviously, if you watch fights, isn't true, obviously. So just arguing with him is just dumb. It doesn't make any real sense why he doesn't like the guy.
You don't talk about religion. You don't talk about my family, all that stuff. Fighting is free game in the mind game in division. So I'm all for shit talking no matter what. And Habib cried like a little thing.
There's a cat.
Oh, hey, it's kitty time. Kitty time.
Yeah, she's gone.
Kitty. No, she's right behind you. I can see her. Kitty time. Tim has a cat named Cookie, named after what former Indians player?
Carlos Carrasco. Cookie Carrasco. And he was traded, but I still love the man. He was the man.
So, but we had kitty time there. Yay, kitty time. But
our family-friendly show with cats, and then Ray bashing religion and Islamophobic,
full-on atheist motherfucker. So I can do it.
Yeah, you know what though about that, Ray? Like your atheism, the way you stick it in people's faces is just as annoying as those people at sporting events with those Jesus saves signs. You're just as annoying the way you do it. You bring it up when it doesn't need to be brought up, and we're talking about fighting, and you just want to push it in people's faces all the time, the same way that those people do it. I'm trying to go to a sporting event, and people are throwing Bibles at me. It's the exact same thing. You're doing the exact same thing. You're being super annoying about it. All right, listen, it's not a way to get someone on your train. Not somebody to get somebody into your cause is annoy the hell out of them. That doesn't work that often.
Oh, I don't care to get people into my cause. I'm sure
you try to get dates that way too, and I'm sure it didn't work. Just annoy them until they're into it.
No, believe it or not, I'm that guy that like smooth talks until they meet me, and then they go, "Oh fuck!" At least he's paying for Buffalo Wild Wings. Like that's usually where a lot of my shit goes. Like where it's just, oh yeah, we're gonna go to the Red Lobster because it's
because you're fancy, because you're a gentleman. Yeah. All right,
I try. Yeah,
you try to get those biscuits.
Oh, the Cheddar Bays. How can you not love the Cheddar Bay biscuit? It's the best. and it's the mating call of the crazy girl. When she orders Cheddar Bay biscuits, you know at least you're getting a hander, and that makes me happy. Like that makes
Again,
me very happy.
resident pervert. This resident, just terrible person sometimes.
I can be, but I'm still
Mhm.
fun. I have good MMA takes sometimes.
It's like 60-40 on you. You know,
Yeah.
40% you're a solid guy, 60% you're a little shady, but it is what it is.
Shady, no. I would say pervy, yes. I'm never shady. I like to be upfront and honest with people.
Well,
So.
I kind of your perviness is what makes you a shady human being. That's what I was kind of trying to say.
No, because I'm upfront about my perviness. Like I have a porn joke in my fucking act, so I'm already. And I haven't done that porn joke all 2021, and I'm kind of happy or proud of myself for it. Like I'm actually coming up with new material, which is good. But Abu Akar just was dominant through this fight. I'm gonna give credit where credit's due.
Right.
Jared Gooden didn't really look comfortable against Abukar, and I mean his striking is sexy. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the way they were talking, they thought that was going to be like a striker grappler matchup with Gooden being the guy's better on his feet, right? But that wasn't the case at all, right? And Nurmagomedov looked great on his feet and now classed him the whole time on his feet. So good for him, man. This guy's definitely tough.
Yeah, and I'm excited.
Isn't surprising at all. Maybe to you, but not surprising to most people. Because his name's Nurmagomedov. He's Habib's cousin. The dude can get it. The guy can fight. Good job, brother.
For sure. Let's talk about Modestas Abukhakis versus Michael or Michal. I am not that Polish to announce his name.
Alexaku. Let's call him Mike.
Bless you.
Let's call him the Polish dude.
Polish dude.
And the Lithuanian dude. Well, he is, right? I told you that I was watching this dude fight, and this guy looks like the guy who like takes his shirt off at the bonfire and tries to fight everybody. Telling everybody that he's 200 pounds of pure Polish steel and he's trying to get in a fight with everybody. Yeah. That guy. That's what he looks like, but he's a badass, right? This was a fight because what's this guy? How you say his name? Bukakis. Bukakis. He looked prettier in his striking the whole time, right? But the thing is, this guy came forward, right? Hit her with bigger shots, and he wanted the scorecards. I liked it. I think they got it right. I mean,
yeah.
Said it, the Lithuanian dude looked a lot cleaner and a lot prettier in what he was doing, but this guy was throwing smoke at him, man, and coming forward and coming to fight. And yeah, like I said, he's probably the guy who's gonna try to punch you with the kegger, but he looks like it at least.
McCall,
he looked great. It was a fun fight.
Yeah, McCall. I mean, it was said during the commentary after the decision was read that the pressure that McCall was putting on for those or Michal for those 3 rounds definitely made a difference to the judges. And sometimes judges get shit right, sometimes judges get shit wrong. I honestly, I'm a Polish homer to begin with. So I'll say always, anytime somebody.
Where were you born again? Just so people know.
I was born in America. Fuck yeah. That's where I was born.
Cleveland, specifically?
But I was born in the United States.
Okay, there you go.
But I love Polish people. You got to keep that connection to the motherland a little bit, man.
You're allowed. It's fine.
When's the last time you heard a really good Polish boxer? Like, who's the last great Polish boxer that you can really think of?
Where's Olenek from?
Boxer.
Oh, Pavlik. Where's Pavlik from? I was thinking Pavlik, not Olenek.
I think Pavlik's more of a Russian name.
Okay. No, I don't know.
So I think that's more east than Poland. I think that's like you're going almost to the end of the Baltic Sea on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Know, my map's over there.
No,
pull it down because my cat kept pulling it down. So
it's okay. But no, yeah, I'm kind of glad to see that there's some still really good crop of Polish fighters in the UFC. Obviously, McCall is sort of this a newer fighter on the scene, and he really did show the fact that he wanted that fight, and just constant pressure helped him get the judge's decision. Let's move on to Shane Young versus Omar Morales. What'd you think of this fight?
Morales looked pretty good. That's about all
Mhm.
I got. I mean, yeah, he outclassed him too, right? And it just, it was a good fight. It was a one-sided fight for the most part. I mean, Shane Young didn't look terrible, but he definitely got beat, right? So yeah, good for Morales. This kid's talented, featherweight. And
And
then,
then
this one.
we were actually talking about this before we got on the air a little bit. Mark Andre Barriault versus Abu Azitar. Pardon my horrible pronunciation, but I try and at least get a dialect close to it. You said it best, and I agree with you on this. Azitar kind of just gassed out, and Burial just weathered the storm enough to get the victory in the third round. And I like the fact that they were able to really go at each other for 2 rounds until somebody dropped, and it made me happy.
Listen, as a talking crack, man, but baby girl ran out of charge, man. She ran out of charge, and this guy, yeah, I mean, it's an issue. Obviously, he has to fix, but also he's been out a while, I believe, right? So hopefully he fixes that, right? Because he's a tough dude. If he can stay, I mean, if he had enough steam to go the whole 3 rounds, this may have been a different fight. He may not have gotten finished in the third, but it may be. This nice French Canadian fella did a great job, man. Stay on him and was able to get the finish late. Fun way to start the card there, brother.
For sure. And it's I'm excited for next week just because Darren Till and why can't I'm blanking on the name. Why can't I remember the name? The Italian fella.
Vertoli.
Yeah, Vertoli. That's gonna be a war of just World War II proportion.
That's pretty exciting. I like that matchup a lot. Vettori looked so good in his last fight against Hermanson. And Till was supposed to fight Hermanson, correct? And Darren Till's always fun to watch fight. So yeah, it's going to be good. I'm really excited for that. But that's not for another week yet, right? We got a week off here as far as UFC goes. We'll try to figure out what else is going fight-wise, see what other fights are going on. And then I don't know what we'll do Friday. We'll try something out. I'm trying to convince Ray to not do what he wants to do. But he might win because, I don't want to get in a fight about it. So I might just let him have this one.
I do want to do a Patreon episode just to see if we get any subscribers on Patreon. If we got,
we need to get people to watch this for free first, Ray.
We've had a good influx of people all show thanks to the MMA holes. We've had a lot of their community kind of commenting during this episode. So I'm very happy about that.
My favorite one is the last one because I think it is really a perfect way to describe this show. Is what's going on here? That's the perfect way to describe the show, and that's kind of how we want it. We want it to be like, what is happening? What is this? This isn't the kind of sports show I watch on the ESPN. I know because they never hire us freaking Caucasian Midwest losers to talk about.
I was about to say, who's your boy?
Squirrels, my boy,
who left ESPN?
Le Batard, man.
Yeah, I think we're more Dan Le Batard people than we are fucking ESPN for sure.
Yeah, Stu Gatz especially. Yeah, probably.
But
excuse me, I did a cough. Maybe we'll have a comedian on. We do that sometimes too. We'll talk about not fighting, and we'll just have a comic on. We do whatever we want. It's our show. We can do whatever we want, and it's fun. Except we can't talk about the World Health Organization, or else we'll get deplatformed. So
we will get that warning of no streaming for a week. But
did we get anything from Twitch because of that?
No, nothing. Not even Facebook. Facebook has it up. Twitch has it up. YouTube's the only one that took our video down because it went against the World Health Organization because they have pull now apparently. And it's funny MMA shows of all things.
Yeah, if anyone wants to check it out, I don't think it's like the first handful of minutes in episode 68, which is on Spotify and Twitch and everything but YouTube. But I mean, just talking about it sounds like we said something really bad. We didn't at all.
No,
I was really surprised it got pulled because I'm like, it was just a joke, and it wasn't really talking that much crap like at all. No, I understand the rule because it's for people that like the pandemic people and the people with the crazy conspiracies. I understand that. That's fine, but I don't think that's what we were doing. But okay, that's fine. We'll watch it. We won't do it anymore because, like I said, I mean, listen, I love to say, screw authority. We can do what we want, but we need YouTube. So
Well, yeah, but my thing is like YouTube with their screeners, whoever they may be.
Yeah, is it
Please,
automated or is
I would
someone
hope not.
watching? I'm gonna say because I mean it was weird. I'm surprised someone was even paying attention enough to see that if we were doing that or not. So I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm curious.
to whoever did that, thank you for making me very anxious during my goddamn UFC 260 pay-per-view I was
I mean, hey, if it's
watching.
automated, we might get it pulled down just for talking about what us getting it pulled down. So
They
we'll
need to
see.
get a fucking sense of humor is what they need to do.
Ray, like I said, if you fight the power, man, we're gonna lose.
We are, but I'm willing
And
to
I don't want to
fucking go
lose
down
because I
on my
want to.
shield.
I'm not though. There's two of us. All right.
I know, but I
you going on
produced
your
this
shield
fucking
affects us
show.
both. You affect
I
us both.
produced this fucking show myself. God damn it! Like
Kinda.
yeah. I think honestly, when it comes to that kind of stuff, when you make an offhand joke, when you have a high school education, by the way, you fucks. Yeah.
Again, Ray, I really wish you would stop talking crap because they're just gonna put the gauntlet down on us just because they can. So I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm not. Don't speak for Ray. All right, I would like to stay on here. And the thing
Yeah,
is,
oh, me
our
too.
show,
I
our
like
show has
YouTube.
nothing to do with that kind of stuff, really. Ray just made a comment about. So I don't remember what he said. I think I do, but it was silly. It wasn't even. All right. It's not repeated because I don't want to get pulled down again. So
Yeah, and we didn't call, and we're not doctors. We're never going to be fucking any kind of medical professionals to begin with. Nobody would trust me with a syringe. So why the fuck would you think I'm going to get know what the WHO thing and all that kind of stuff?
and we definitely wouldn't tell anyone to trust our opinions either. And when it comes to that. No, don't ever. No. We would never say we're right and the doctors are wrong in this instance. No, we would never say that.
Never.
No, we know very well that's not what's happening. So we apologize. That wasn't our intention.
No, I do not apologize. It was a joke, and I'm not going to apologize for a joke.
He apologizes. He did under his breath.
No, big business Ray. Big business Ray doesn't apologize.
Big business Ray is going to get us kicked off. So
nah. But Tim, I think it's time we call it a night. Thank you to everybody on YouTube who left comments. Make sure to leave a comment about the UFC 260 pay-per-view that happened this past Saturday. Tim, do you have anything that you want to plug or anything like that?
No, I'm good, bro.
I have two things I want to plug. One is April 8th. It'll be at Giovanni's in Wickliffe, Ohio. I'll be hosting a show with Milton Wiley. LJ Payne is going to be headlining the Giovanni show along with a host of other great comics.
Are you the token Caucasian?
No, actually, Joe Briggs is on that show, I believe.
Okay.
And a few other. About Milton is diversity to everybody. He'll have any kind of comic that's on. It doesn't really matter, and that's why I love Milton Wiley. Shout out!
I was just making a dumb comment.
I'm aware,
as you often do, and hopefully it doesn't get us kicked off of here. So.
But and then also April 17th in Paradise Island in Euclid, Ohio. The tradition, unlike any other, it makes the Masters look like a what?
So the Masters?
It makes the Masters look like a complete joke. It's one of the greatest shows in the world. Milton Wiley's pre-420 show, which is going to be headlined by Carly Robe. I will be hosting that show. Tickets are available. Just go to the Paradise Island website, and they'll have stuff for sale. Excuse me on that. But really amazing show. I'll have the full list of comics coming up soon, and I'll start reading them as close as we get to, or the closer we get to the dates for those shows. But I love Milton Wiley. I love the fact that he's having me host 2 shows in a row, and especially the pre-420 show. It's one of my favorite shows of the year that I do. I always make sure to be on that show. But for Tim Danko, let me get the right hand here. For Tim Danko, I am Ray Highclack. Follow us both at Dig Danko and at Ray Highclack. You can always also follow us at Bro Plata along the social media websites. You can get the stream or the audio versions of all of our podcasts wherever you stream podcasts. And also make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Twitch channel, subscribe to our Facebook Live channel, because we love you all. And as I've always said, every time, every day that we do this show, we will see you at the Kumite, fam.
I'm 90% sure that my cat took a pee down here.